Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. We're back at it. We've got our 100-day crafting challenge still going. Day 48. I thought we'd take a break and do something really fun today. I think we're having fun every day, but anyways, this is a little different. And I'm making these to go into the hometown journal when I start that after all this is done. So don't let me forget to check that off because you know how I am. Okay, so this is what we're going to make today. Sort of like a, I guess you would call a specimen card kind of thing. Only it's got pressed flowers in it. And to me, it's just a memory card. You know how sometimes when you have a, you press a flower in a book or whatever, and you have a special memory that goes along with that. Somebody gave you a flower, you found it in a meadow, you found that flower and you wanted to save it for a special memory or something. Well, I thought that would go into the hometown journal really well. So this one's all the way see-through and this one is not. So I'm going to show you how to do both. Pretty simple and easy. I use dies. You don't have to have dies to do this. You can use a craft knife. You can use those funny edge scissors, or a decal edge trimmer if you want to have this around through there. It's just whatever you have. Use your stuff. And I've used craft knife lots of times to cut those out with. For this, I used this stamp die like so, and then I put this, I had to tape it with my low tack tape, put it in there just, getting it just right, and then put it through the little machine and it comes out like that. So that's pretty simple, right? Now, I didn't press these flowers myself. I got them off of Amazon. I have a quantity because if you buy some, you get gobs of them, right? So there's lots to choose from in this box. I've had these for a long time, so it's time to use them, The thing is, you can get those on Amazon or wherever you want to, or press your own. It's all up to you. So for this one, you're going to need scissors. You're going to need, I suggest lightweight cardstock. And you're going to need some of these. Well, you're going to need some of those flowers. But you're going to need some of these. Or some acetate of some kind. Plasticky something that you can see through, right? Now, I use these because I get them when I'm storing my dies, I put them in these folders. Not those folders, because I take these. This is magnetic sheets, and I get these off of Amazon too. And I get a bunch of them at a time, but each one of those magnetic sheets is wrapped in one of these acetate thingies. So I have quantity. Time to use those up as well. So I save them for just such an occasion, right? Okay, so before we put anything together, this one I've got cut out. Let me give you some measurements if you want to do these. The outside, well, outside meaning on top of this mat here is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. That way. No, it's not. I'm confusing myself. Okay, the inside or the back is this, and that's 3 by 4. This is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. That's just because that's the die I had. So, and that's the same for both of them. You can make them any size you want. There's no, there's no set rule. I just wanted them this size because it's not too big, it's not too small. You get them too small and they get really hard to work with when you're putting the acetate in, because that's a little hinky anyways. I don't let it get hinky with me. I just kind of use double stick tape a lot. Just saying. It works. Okay, so let's do this one first. But first we've got to get one of these, and I'm just going to take the corner and cut that out to fit right in, so like so. You see that? Hold it up there and measure it. I'm not going to give you measurements for this, because whatever measurements you need will be your hole. You want it to be about 1/4 of an inch further than your hole. Not overlapping, of course, but you want it to be about 1/4 of an inch past that, so you've got plenty of room to put it down, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna eyeball it. Yep, I'm just gonna go like so, and this is gonna give me, one of them is gonna, well, 2 sides are already gonna be sealed up, and the 2 that I'm opening up, I'll have to close. Okay, all right, because see what I mean, if you can see that. It's got this side and this side that's already closed. I don't have to worry about it that way. When I put my flowers in there, I just have to close this side and this side. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope it does. Move that to the side and find me some flowers. That's the next thing. This is just fun. I mean, it's easy. It's I haven't used one of these. And let's use one of those. Okay, get a sprig of this. You can put one thing in there, or you can put several things in there. I don't know. I just put a quantity and hope for the best, because I'm not trying to really measure, oh, it's going to be right there, it's going to be the center or anything like that, because nah, it's you know, it is what it is, and they fall in there, and then they just, you know. Let me lay that down a minute. I can't get this. I can't get this. Okay, now I do. Ooh, that's a big one. I don't know if that will fit in here. Okay, we've got that. And now, see, some of them, you want to arrange them a little bit, because some of them, if you've got the back, you're not going to see both sides. So kind of keep an eye on that. Right now, this would be the front, I think, to me, because you're not going to see the back. So, on the other one, it doesn't matter, because you're going to see both sides, right? Okay, do I want to put something else in there? I think that's too big. It's just way too big. Okay, let's see what else is in here. I've got the purple flower. Oh, I know, I'll put some of these. I don't want the whole thing, though. So let me just snip off the end. Okay. Oops. Okay. These are pretty. Well, all of them are pretty, but you know what I mean. Let me get these in there. So yeah, you want to look and see what one you want for your front and what you want for the back on this one. The other one, like I said, it won't matter. You're seeing both ways, right? Let me get some of that out of the way. Okay. Move that out of the way. Now, I kind of want them to be sort of centered-ish, right? Because if they're right at the edge, you're not going to see them through the window, right? So like that. Yeah? Hopefully you can see that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use this very narrow, you can use glue. You can. If you're using glue on the inside of this, be very careful, because if it squidges over, I can't talk and do something at the same time again today. So anyways, if it squidges over into there, you're likely to see it. You might not, but you might. So I'm just saying, be careful with the glue. Acetate is not a very forgiving thing. Now, you can use vellum, but it's you're getting into the same situation, it's not very forgiving either. It's going to show, you know. So, see if I can get that to press down real good. Get that out of the way. Get over already. I don't want you in my tape. Okay, now get this, and I'm just going to seal it down. Yep. Seal it down. And, oh, look at that. Things happen when you're on camera. I swear they do. You want to press as flat as you can. Yep. But look, I didn't have any trouble. I seriously didn't when I wasn't on camera doing those other two. Oh well. It's okay. Now again, you want it to be just about as flat as you can get it. Okay? Now we have our little packet of, you know, stuff. And we get to decide this way or that way, right? I think this way. We'll see. I think this way. Okay. So for this, we're gonna, more or less, we're gonna have it like so, right? Yep. And that's gonna be our, you know, I got it pretty much in the center. Okay. So I'm gonna put this on, now if you got a better way of doing it, do it your way. I'm gonna put this on here before I put all of this on here. I hope that makes sense. Because to me, this is easier to do than trying to put it on there and lining this up. Oh, you can do it that way. I'm serious, you can. But I'm going to do it like so. I like my little safety precautions, you know. You know how I am. I want all of it stuck down really good around here so that I don't have to put too much glue there because, you know, it can squidge out and get on your acetate. It happens. So I've just cleared this tape backing around through there. Right? So this is the front or this is the front. Now I'm torn. Okay, on the other one it's going to be easier. I'm going to do this side. It's still the same side, right? And I'm going to line it up. What are you moving for? Get out of the way. Okay, this is where I have to concentrate, so I may go quiet on you. Sorry, but it's a thing. Yeah, I just want it to be stuck down really, really good there. Yeah, like so. Yep, okay, so that's what's going to be our front. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Okay, so now we bring in our glue and we start putting it down on here. The reason I'm going to do half, I'm going to do this top half on first because if I do the whole thing at one time, it gets complicated, okay? So you don't want to put too much glue on, you know, close to that because it can squidge, like I said. Don't like it. If it does, you can get it off with alcohol or Windex or, you know, whatever you want to use. It's just, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so now we're going to put this, I have inked this, so we're going to put this on here, sort of giving myself the same amount of room all the way around. That makes sense. Now, if the glue squidges out here, that's fine. I just don't want it squidging in there. If I can help it. If it does, then, you know, we'll deal with it. Yeah. Okay, looking good so far. Okay. All right, now let's get this tape off and this tape off and those tapes off. I've used several different widths and such because I just wanted good coverage. Yeah, I hope you guys are making some of these things. You know, if you don't want to make them right now, you can always go back and watch it again later. That helps my channel too. It doesn't matter when you watch it. Just so you watch it again or again or again. You know, you can leave me playing in the background. I'll keep you company. I'm just joking, but you know, if you want to, you can. I'm trying to grow this little channel. Okay, let's do this. Get some glue all over here. Okay, now we have got that. Let me get my brayer and we'll give it a good roll around here. Okay. When I was young, growing up on the farm, very young, there was a place I would love to have a flower from there. There was a place that I used to go for just peace and quiet and maybe to get out of some chores, you know, how young people are. It had some beautiful flowers. Nobody ever went there, just me. So it was nice. It was quiet. It was, I'm going to use this one because I got it in my hand. So it was quiet, and it was, there was a pasture fence nearby. All right. And it was ladened. I mean, seriously ladened with honeysuckle and wild roses. Now, I don't know the name of the rose. It was just little bitty tiny roses. They almost were like the size of a carnation. I was just told they were wild roses, so that's what I went with. Okay. So I would go there to sort of, they grew in other places. That doesn't mean I let out my secret on where my fun place was. But, yeah, they were wild roses. They were little pink, kind of like that color, really. And they were small, but boy, did they pack a punch with the smell, right? My word, they did. And I don't know, I loved going there, and just, it was just me, just the quietness of, you know, everything, and it was just me. Nobody bothering me, nobody, you know, it's just me, and I liked it. I've always been kind of an introvert anyways, but, you know, even as a little person, I cannot tell you how good that smelled. If you've ever smelled honeysuckle, you know what I'm talking about. Those little roses, I mean, they smelled like roses. With an extra punch of rose. I mean, they were strong smelling little flowers. I loved it. They were beautiful, and they were all over that pasture fence. There was a green, sort of a grassy place next to the pasture fence that I would just lay down in the grass, and the quiet, you could hear the birds. Every now and then there would be a bee buzzing around. It was just, maybe the best way to call it is serene. It was just a wonderful private little getaway place for me on the farm. And I would love to have a flower from that place, because it was special. I could just you know, breathe there. I don't know if you guys have ever had that kind of a moment where you just had this special time where you just, it was just you, or just you and somebody that meant a lot to you, and you just had the flowers, the smell, the, you know, the aroma, all of that. Just, it's, to press a flower from a moment like that is just amazing, I think. So, since I didn't have one to press from that, I figured I would do these for the hometown journal. But yeah, I often think of that place, that time, and the peace that it gave me. I don't know, felt like I could breathe better. If that makes any kind of sense. I don't know if it does or not, but yeah. To me, that's, okay, let me get this straight. To me, that was just a wonderful time to enjoy and to remember. So, and that's what this is about, is remembering, you know, those special things. Okay, so let me get this down a little further. And this, I've got one there I need to get out before I get on the thing. So anyways, I hope you guys have some of those kind of moments where you can think about it. And what was the flower? What was the, you know, the thing that really made that moment besides the peace, you know? Anyways, I still do fondly think of that time and that place. Yeah, all those years ago, it was my little escape place. I went there as often as I could. You know, I think I even went there when it was cold weather, waiting for the honeysuckle and the roses to come back. I knew they would. Then they'd keep me company, you know, and give me peace. That's a good thing, right? Okay, now I want to get this pretty centered. I want to line this up with that hole that's on there as best as I can, because it's the exact same size. If I'd have thought, I would have made this a little bit bigger. That way I wouldn't have to worry about the, you know, but I didn't. So I just want it to line up as best as I can around that hole, because it's got to do it on both sides too. Because when I put the other side on, yep, got to do it. Okay. So, yeah. Get that off and that off. And these off. See if I can nudge that one out. And that one. These don't take too long to do. It's just, I think to me, it's just taking the minute to design them how you want them to be. If you want them to have this, you want them to have all the way see-through, you want them to be partially see-through, you want them to, what size you want them to be, and then just take that time and find your little peaceful place and make your cards, right? Yeah. Yep, that's what these make me think of, though, is that peaceful, quiet place where I didn't have to worry about anybody or anything, just for a moment or two anyways, right? Just for a moment or two. On this side, I'm also going to take the time to just do the top part, because if you lay the whole thing down at once, you can get it in the wrong place. So, yep, don't want it in the wrong place. Okay, let me nudge that one out of there. Okay. See, I want to center this part, this hole, over this so that I don't have any see-through things other than the flowers. Just want it to line right on up. Okay. Okay. Don't put too much glue around the actual hole because that creates problems. It can squidge out with you, even on this. Sometimes you can just take and run your finger around through there. You still got glue, right? But it gets it a little bit less, and you can have, it'll be a little more tacky instead of wet, if that makes sense. I hope it does. I still have that goal of, you know, trying to make sense. Yep. I do. I try. I don't always succeed, but I do try. Okay, now, like I said, you can put just one flower in there. I just, you know, thinking of the honeysuckles and the little roses and all that. I just wanted a few to go in the journal. Of course, you know, with me making these many, I'm going to be making more than one journal. It is how I roll anymore. I've got the tall journal to make, I've got the regular size journal to make, and I've got another one that's percolating in my brain, so who knows what I'm going to make with that. It's going to be awesome, I think. I always shoot for awesome. Sometimes I wind up in mediocre, but hey, we do what we do. Okay, now let me give this a roll around. Yep. Now, I think it's beautiful. You don't even have to put lace on this. It's just, I mean, the flowers, it's the lace, right? Now, if you wanted to do these and put something else in there, you're more than welcome to use the same method. You just put whatever you want. Just go with your heart, right? Okay, so we've got this one and this one. Let's see if I can get some of this clutter out of the way. We've got this one and this one. Now, these two are not the all the way see-through ones, and these two are the all the way see-through ones. You can put them on either side. And there's still plenty of writing space down here. You can also put pockets on there if you wanted to. I mean, you know, I don't know if I will, but it's an option. You can put a hole in here and put a eyelet in. All kinds of options with these. So they're going to go into the hometown journal. When I start working on the hometown journal, I'm going to, where's my pencil? Okay, let me get that. We've got day 48 done. Aren't they pretty? That's just pretty. I think it is. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm having so much fun, and I'm hoping I can keep going. I'm working real hard to keep going here. But we've got a lot of things that we've made. So many things we've made. We've got one more video before we get to 50. 50, I've got a little surprise for you. It's a craft along, of course, but you know, there's going to be a freebie and such. Anyways, you guys take care. Please like and subscribe, pretty please. Thanks for watching. TTFN.